So we're just going to do our neck stretches that we finished off with yesterday. We did these a little bit last week. So we're just going to tip our head over to the side. You're taking your hand onto the side of your head to pull it down a little bit more, and then you're reaching the other arm long and away from you. Just holding here to take nice deep breaths in and out. Swapping sides. So take your hand onto the side of the head, tilt the head down towards your shoulder, reach the opposite arm long and away. Then from there, I'm just going to tilt the head towards the one shoulder. Then you'll start to drop it forward. So you're doing a semicircle towards the other shoulder, look all the way up, and then reverse the direction. So you're just dropping the head forwards and to the shoulder. Just some people have been saying they've got really tight necks at the moment. One more each side. Good, from there we come down to laying to find neutral. So, same as usual, we've got our knees bent with our feet on the floor. Excuse me. Get those knees in line with your hips. You've got a slight curve underneath the lower back. Just big enough to be able to get part of your hand underneath. We're just going to relax here, taking nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through a pursed lip. Breathing in and out. So as we're taking those nice deep breaths in and out, think about the position of those hips. So you want them to be level. Imagine there's a torch on each hip bone. They're shining up parallel to one another onto the ceiling. For keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. So the shoulders are away from the ears. Your chest is nice and open. Got the weight evenly placed through your feet. So big toe, little toe and heel. And just gently tightening in the tummy. The next time that you breathe out, I'd like you to tuck the pelvis under, so you're flattening your lower back into the mat. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to release out to neutral. So we're tucking under to flatten, holding there, releasing out. So as you're tucking under, we're trying to find a really strong flat back position. We want to use just the pelvis and the tummy muscles to move, so try and avoid squeezing your bottom. On this next one, we're going to hold our flat back position. So tucking under, we hold. From here, holding your flat back, we start to tighten in the pelvic floor. So as you breathe out, you're tightening all the way in with the pelvic floor. Inhale to release. So you're thinking of the sensation of stopping a wee mid-flow. Tightening all the way in. Inhale to release. We tighten. And release. You're staying in your flat back position the whole time. It's just internally working. So as you're tightening, you should feel as though your tummy muscles are working harder and that your back is slightly flatter into the floor. We're going to halve this contraction, so 50% tightening in the pelvic floor as you exhale. Inhale to release. So we're still keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. Shoulders away from the ears, chest is nice and open. And if you're feeling really tense in your upper body, we just rotate those palms up to the ceiling. You're pulling your tummy all the way down towards your spine, keeping the weight evenly placed through your feet. The big toe, little toe and heel. We're going to half one last time, so 20 to 25% tightening. This should feel like a very gentle lifting, something that you could sustain throughout any exercise if you needed to. It's just working in the background. Your flat back position should feel really strong. We're using the tummy muscles and the pelvic floor to help us to stay there. We're bringing both feet off of the floor. Lift your legs into tabletop and glue those legs together. As you breathe out, you're going to tip all the way over to one side. Release that hip from the floor. Inhale to come back to the center. And then we swap sides. We're tipping over. And center. Tipping over. And center. So as you're tipping over, although you're releasing one hip from the floor, we're trying to keep both shoulders in contact with the floor. You're using your tummy muscles to move you. They're tipping you over to the side, controlling that movement. You're pulling them in more to bring you back to your central position with a flat back. Use your pelvic floor. Breathe. So you're getting a twist through the waist here. You've got 2 more on each side. Last one each side. Relaxing there and hug those knees into your chest. Take a little rock from side to side. And then we're coming onto our hands and knees to do our stretch out through our back. So from here, the same as we've done throughout, we're taking our hands under our shoulders, knees under our hips. Get that tummy nice and tightened to begin with. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck the pelvis under. So we're starting to curve through the back. We're arching the spine, dropping the head. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale, let the pelvis come back to your start position. Each section of your spine should follow, and your head is the last thing to lift. We're tucking under to curve, arching the back, dropping the head. We hold, and we're releasing out through the spine, piece by piece. The head lifts. We want to get lots of movement through the back. You're working into each section piece by piece. So if you have any areas that feel really stiff or sore, just take your time as you're moving through them, slow them down. Start to release into each vertebrae one by one. So as we curve our back, I want you to think about pulling the tummy all the way in towards your spine. As you're releasing back to your start position, shoulders come away from the ears. We're lifting that head. You have 2 more here, deep breaths. This is your last one. We're tucking under, curving the back, dropping that head. We hold, and we're releasing out piece by piece, lifting the head. We're going to take a shell stretch back, so you're reaching your bottom to your feet, arms come out in front. Coming onto your back with the knees bent in a neutral position. Moving into our hip lifts, again releasing through the spine. Make sure your knees are in line with your hips, so we're not knocking in, we're not splaying out. You've got a curve underneath your lower back. Arms rest down beside you. Take a deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under, flattening your back into the floor. Squeezing the bottom, we start to lift. Peeling away from the floor, piece by piece. You bring those hips up as high as you can go. Take a deep breath in to stay. As you exhale, tuck the rib cage under. We're rolling down through the spine, piece by piece, releasing out to neutral. Tucking under to flatten. Squeeze the bottom, start to lift. You're peeling away. Section by section through the spine to bring those hips up. We hold, Then you're tucking the rib cage under, controlling yourself down. Releasing out to neutral. So we still want to get lots of movement through the back. So remember, if there are areas that feel stiff or sore, you're slowing them down. So really take your time as you move through each section of your back. Squeezing the bottom, tightening in the tummy. Using your pelvic floor. You have 2 more here. Last one. Lifting up through the spine. Bringing those hips up high. We hold. Controlling down. From there, take your legs and your arms out nice and long. Get those legs to shake if you need to. And then we're back in our neutral position with the knees bent. So still with the curve under your lower back, we want those legs slightly closer than they would usually be. And we begin with the arms resting down beside us. So from here, we take a deep breath in to nod the head. Exhale to lift the shoulders from the floor, reaching the arms nice and long. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. So chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms, we hold. Control back down. So pull the tummy in, that's what you're using to lift yourself up. So think belly button to spine. Chin to chest position to relax through your neck. So you're thinking big nod of the head, then you're tightening in the tummy to lift. Use your pelvic floor. Nice deep breaths. Reaching the arms long, getting those shoulders away from the ears. Let's take 2 more like this, then we'll change the legs. Last one here. So from here, we're going to take 1 foot off of the floor and unfold the knee. Remembering the same we've done all week, that you want your thighs to stay in line. So this leg shouldn't be lifted, it shouldn't be lowered, it should be in line with the other leg. Doesn't matter if you then bend your knee slightly, as long as your thighs are in line. The rest of the movement stays the same. Breathe in to nod. Exhale to lift those shoulders, reach the arms if you can. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale, the upper body comes down, but your leg stays where it is. Chin to chest, lifting those shoulders off. We hold, breathe in. Control back down. If your neck is sore, place your hands behind your head. Same movement. So you're using the tummy muscles to lift you. Chin to chest position. Tighten your pelvic floor. Got 2 more on this leg. This is your last one here. You're placing that foot down. The other leg is lifting. Excuse me. So remember to lift that foot from the floor. But keep your thighs in line. Doesn't matter if the knee is bent. Chin to chest. Breathe in. Exhale. Lift the shoulders, reaching the arms. Take a breath in to stay. Exhale to come back down. Chin to chest. Lifting the shoulders, reaching the arms. We hold. Control back down. So remember to keep using your chin to chest position to relax the neck. Tummy and pelvic floor stay tightened. The shoulders are away from the ears. Nice deep breaths. You've got 2 more on this leg. Last one. To reach those legs out, arms out long, give your legs a shake. And then we're going on to our fronts. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. So as you come to lay on your front, same that we've done all week, legs are long, arms are long beside those legs. So you're looking down towards your mat. We're taking a deep breath in to roll the shoulders back. As you exhale, reach your hands towards your feet to lift your chest up from the floor. Take a deep breath in to stay. Exhale to control back down. Rolling the shoulders back. Reach and lift. We hold. Control back down. So we want to be working up the back of the legs into the bottom. You're pulling your tummy in. So your bottom and your tummy are working together to keep your back nice and strong. At any point those legs start to cramp, you're tucking the toes under like I'm doing here, which will help to lengthen the back of your legs. Using the roll of your shoulders to take them away from your ears. Opening up your chest as you reach your arms back, that is what is lifting and lengthening your body. Breathe. Two more here. Last one. From here, bring those hands onto your lower back. Elbows are pointing out each side. Here we just breathe in to prepare. Exhale to lift. Breathe in to stay. Control back down. Lifting up. Holding there. control, back down. So still squeezing the bottom, pulling the tummy in. It doesn't matter here if your lift is smaller, it can be a hover from the floor. This position of your hands is helping to keep that chest open. Shoulders down. 2 more here. Last one. And from there, we're just going to push ourselves back into a shell stretch. Bottom to the feet. Reach those arms out in front. Then we're going to come onto our backs for the 100. So same as every day, I'm going to talk you through what we're doing. We'll go all together. So we're getting a nice flat back position. You're really tucking under, losing that gap. From here, the same that we've had all week, the legs will just be in tabletop. You can leave that head resting down if you need to. If not, we're going to be lifted through the upper body. So you're going to start with your hands, with your palms facing the floor. We're going to alternate the way that our palms face as we change our breathing. We have done this one before. So as you breathe in, your palms will face the floor, and as you breathe out, you rotate them to face the ceiling. If you get really confused, just stick with one of them, that's fine, but it should look like this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then your hands will come behind your head. Like every day, we're doing 2 sets of 8. Sitting up towards the legs. Rest your head down, the arms come down beside you, and you've got 2 sets of 8, tapping the toes down to the floor, alternating each side. Then we will relax and we will take a stretch. Okay, so making sure that you're finding a really strong flat back position. I'll talk you through everything so you know what's going on. Make sure there's no gap. Bring those legs into your tabletop position. If you're lifting your upper body, nod your head, lift your shoulders, arms along, the palms face the floor. And we inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pelvic floor, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tummy in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staying here, hands behind the head. 2 sets of 8, coming up for 1, 2, 3. Tummies in, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more, 8, 7, 6. Breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest that head down, bring the arms down beside you. Toe taps for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax there. Begin by hugging those knees in. And then we're going to reach out into a full body stretch. Really lengthening through. Good. From here, we're coming up to sitting. Get yourself a drink if you need one. So, we're sitting with the knees bent, feet on the floor. We want to be tall through the body. Take your feet a tiny bit wider if you can, so roughly about mat width apart. And bring your arms across your chest like you're giving yourself a nice hug. Shoulders stay down, your back stays tall. Take a deep breath in here to stay. Exhale, pull the tummy in, curve your back, and start to lean away from your legs. Holding that leg back position, no further than halfway. Take a breath in. Exhale, we tighten more to lift ourselves up and over. Drop the head. Inhale to sit up nice and tall through the spine. Curve and lean away. Holding there. We're going to lift up and over. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Relax those shoulders. Curve and lean away. So you're using your tummy to take you away from your body, to hold you there. Tighten more and lift yourself up and over. Restack the spine. Nice and tall before you go again. Curve and lean away. So it doesn't matter if you can't follow my breath pattern. Just making sure you're not holding your breath at any point. Try and get tightened through the pelvic floor. Sitting up tall. We've got two more here. Curve and lean away. We hold. Lift up and over. Sit up nice and tall. Last one. Reset the spine and relax. Good. So we're going to stay seated. This time bring those legs a little bit closer together. If you find this position really uncomfortable through your hips, take your legs crossed instead if you can. So from here, just clasp your hands in front of you. We did this one earlier on in the week. So from here, we're going to be twisting as we lean back. So we're going to go twist, 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 centre, back up. You haven't got to worry about being tall, almost think about being a little bit rounded through the back. Twist as you lean, twist, 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 centre, back to seated. And again, twist it the whole of your upper body. So your head should go with you as well. Breathe, 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 centre. Lifting up, tighten the pelvic floor. Let's take two more here. Twist, 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 centre. Sitting up, one more. Twist, 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 centre. Sitting up, good job. Bring the soles of your feet together. Your knees are really wide, your hips are nice and open. Take hold of those feet, curve yourself forwards. You want to increase that stretch, push those elbows into your legs as you hold those feet, try and pull yourself down a little bit further. Good, we're then going onto our backs to find a flattened position. You're tucked under, nice flat back. We bring our legs up into our lengthened position. Remember here, if you need to, bend your knees. I'd rather you stayed with the legs lifted throughout the duration of the exercise than have them longer and have to stop halfway. It doesn't matter, it's the longest position that you can maintain. From there, your arms reach up towards the ceiling. They should be nice and long. As you breathe out, you're going to look towards your knees as you lift your shoulders, reaching your hands towards your feet. Inhale back down. Exhale to lift. Inhale back down. Lifting up. And down. So tighten your tummy, use your pelvic floor. Making sure that your eyes look to your knees or lower, so your neck stays relaxed. Arms are reaching, you've got 2 more here. This is your last one. Relax there, hug those knees in. So we're going to stay in the same position through the body. Excuse me. So again, nice flat back. Make sure it's strong. Lift and lengthen those legs. Remember, just add a little bend if the legs are feeling uncomfortable. Arms reach. So again, we look to the knees, we lift the shoulders, we reach to the outside of one leg with both those hands. Stay close to the leg, you're touching it if you can. Inhale back down. Swap sides, lift up, reach over. And back down. Lift up and over. And down. So in that slight twist through the body, you can support the head here if you need to. Your neck is sore, one hand is behind, the other hand reaches, but you're keeping that chin to chest position so that your head stays as relaxed as it possibly can. Tighten your tummy, tighten your pelvic floor. Breathe. 2 more on each side. One more on each side. Relax there, hug those knees in. Little rock from side to side through the back. So going into our dead bugs that we've done all this week, one of my favourites. So nice flat back position. Make sure for this one it's really strong. It really tests that position through your back. This time your legs are lifting just into tabletop. The head stays down. The arms are going to be reaching up. Remember that you've always got one arm and leg pointing to the ceiling. So as you breathe out, you're going to take one arm behind you to the wall behind your head, and the other leg is going to reach away from you. You can keep the leg bent. Doesn't have to straighten. The other arm and leg, if you look at me, are pointing to the ceiling. Inhale to come back in, and we swap sides. Opposite arm and leg, move away. Breathe. They come back in. So really tighten your tummy. Really use your pelvic floor. If you're still feeling like there's a curve appearing in your back, don't take the arm and leg as low. They can stay quite high. Just want that movement away from the body. Keep the other arm and leg lifted. Don't let this hand drop to the hip. You really want to, but keep it lifted. Really testing your brain here as well as your body. Reaching your way. And centre. Reach your way. And centre. Let's take one more on each side. Reach your way. And centre. Reaching away. And centre, relaxed, hug those knees in. So we're going to add a little bit more movement into that exercise. So yesterday we did arm circles, if you joined in. Today we're going to do leg circles, which if you usually do my class, you will probably hate. So still getting that nice flat back position, legs lifting to tabletop, arms are reaching away. So again, opposite arm and leg move away from you. You can keep that leg bent. You're holding here, and this leg that you've moved is going to go circle, circle, change direction, circle, circle, back in. Swap sides, reaching away. The leg is going to circle, circle, change, circle, circle, and come back in. You'll probably find the circles a little bit easier to manage if you have a bend in the knee, because then you can think about your knee leading that circle. It will also help you to keep that back nice and flat, so we still want that strong position. Arms stay still, it's reaching away from you. Use your pelvic floor and breathe. So lots to think about. Moving away. We circle. Circle, other way, circle. Circle. And then one more on each side, reaching away. Circle. Circle, change, circle. Circle. And in, last one, reaching away. The legs circles, circles, change, circle, circle. Come in and relax. Begin by hugging those knees in. And then when you're ready, come into a full body stretch. Good, then we're going to be going on to our fronts. Grab yourself a drink if you need one. So, as you come onto your fronts, I want you to take your legs up wide, turn them out. So I'm going to really talk through the chest lift exercise that we've been doing over the last few days, just to make sure that we understand really what it's about and what we're doing. So take their hands mat width apart and in line with your ears. You're looking down to the floor. So we have done this one lots, especially if you usually come to my classes. Take a nice deep breath in to prepare. As you exhale, push your nose forwards and lift your head and your chest. From this position, you're going to press into your hands and begin to lift up, just to where you can lift with your hips down. So that doesn't matter how high or low that position is. What I want is just a nice, strong, lifted position with your hips down. So these should stay down. It's just your upper body, your torso that's lifted. You're holding there to breathe in, and you control back down. So it doesn't matter here if your lift is still with your forearms on the floor or with only your elbows slightly lifted. That is where you will then hold to breathe in, control back down. So some people will have a different range of movement because they're stiff in their lower back, or they've got an injury that they're carrying, or they're a little bit fused. So there's not a lot of movement through the vertebrae, and that can improve as you're doing different movements throughout the session. Make sure as you're doing this, you're squeezing your bottom and you're pulling your tummy in, because wherever this lift is, it is your full extension position. And that means that you need to make sure your back is really strong and supported. Stay strong through those hands, pressing into the floor. So it's really not a problem if your lift is small. That's just something that we can build on. Or it's just a place in your body that you have a restriction. And again, that's fine. Everyone is different. Get your shoulders away from your ears. I want that chest to be really open. We're taking 2 more like this. We're going to add in our mini press up. This is your last one. So from here, we still push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest, just to where you can go, press down if you can lift up higher. From your high position, wherever that is, you're lowering halfway down. You're pushing back up high, and you're controlling your chest all the way down onto your mat. So even if that lift is small, like where I am now, you'll still come halfway down, back up, and control to the floor. So just work with the movement that your body will allow you to make. Breathe. We shouldn't be holding our breath here. Halfway down, lift up, control to the floor. Stay really strong through those arms. Shoulders down as you lift. Chest is up. We're going to take 2 more here. So this is your last one in this position. So we're going to really work the arms today. We're going to come into that triangle position that we've used before. Your elbows are wide. You're looking down to your triangle. So to begin with, we're just going to lift the nose and the head. The chest comes away. Pressing down to the floor. And you might find you get better lift with a narrower position in the arms. Holding here, breathe in. Exhale, control back down. Pushing the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. Press down, stay strong with those arms. Remember that you're squeezing your bottom and pulling your tummy in. You still need to keep your back nice and strong. With this narrow position, you're more likely to feel this underneath your arms and into your shoulders. Two more here. Your last one here. So we're going to add in our mini press up again. So staying in this position, your beginning of the movement is the same. Push the nose forward, lift your head and your chest. Press down to lift up high. Just to where you can go, doesn't matter where that is, lower halfway down. Push back up. Control all the way down onto the floor. Push the nose forward, lift the head and the chest. Pressing down to lift up high. Halfway down. Lift up, squeeze the bottom. Control all the way down. Nice and tighten through your tummy. Two more here. Push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. Pressing down, lift up high. Down. Lift. All the way down. We've got one more here. Push the nose forwards, lift the head and the chest. Pressing down to come up. Down. Lift. All the way down. From here, push back into a shoulder stretch. So bottom to the feet. Reach those arms out. Give your arms a little shake if you need to. And then just creep those fingertips forwards. If those arms are sore, just bring them to lay down beside you and just stay in that stretch. And that should feel quite nice, quite relaxing. Then we're on our hands and knees. So from here, we're going to come straight into toes tucked under today. So hands under the shoulders, knees under your hips. And if your arms, your wrists feel a little bit sore from those last few exercises, drop yourself down to your forearms to give them a little rest. Especially because we want to try and get those press-ups in on our planks. So from here, as you breathe out, pull the tummy in. Press into the hands and the feet to lift those knees up just an inch or so from the floor. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. So it's your tummy muscles that lift you here. Pull all the way in. Think hands and feet are just there for support. Lifting up. And down. Lifting up. And down. Got 4 more here. And down. Last 2, we lift and down. Lifting up and down. Relax there and roll through the wrist. Give those arms a little shake out if you need to. We're going to do the same position but add in a leg lift. So we have done this one before. Hands and knees, toes are staying tucked under. Remember, if you need to, drop onto your forearms. You're still going to be lifting yourself up in that hovered position. From there, lift one leg up. Put it down. The other leg lifts, put it down, knees go down. When you're ready, we go again. Lifting up, the foot lifts, put it down. The foot lifts, put it down, knees go down. Breathe whilst you're there. You shouldn't be holding your breath. Lifting up, the foot lifts, down, lift the foot, down, knees down. Pull your tummy in, lifting up. Lift the foot, down, lift the foot, down, knees down. Let's take 3 more here. Lift up, foot, down, knees down. 2 more, lifting up. Come up, down, knees down. Last one. Lift up, the foot lifts, down, lift, down, knees down, relax. Roll those wrists. Full planks. So we want to try and stay on long arms here if we can. If your wrists are really sore, onto your forearms, it isn't the end of the world. You'll just miss out on the press up. So bring your upper body to the front of the mat. Think hands under shoulders if you're on long arms. From your forearms, you've got the top of your arms underneath your shoulders. Excuse me. You're going to step 1 foot back behind you. Your weight is in the toes. Bring the other leg out to meet it. Get them close together. Strong plank position. And then you're going to bend the elbows, straighten them, put the knees down. When you're ready, we go again. Step back, strong plank. Bend the elbows, straighten, put those knees down. It doesn't matter here if the bend of your elbows is really small. I just want some bend and straighten. Make sure that as you bend your elbows, you're only moving as far as they bend. Don't drop the hips. That'll put loads of pressure in your back. So, step out, strong plank. Squeeze your bottom and your tummy. Bend, straighten. The knees go down. Breathe whilst you're there. bend, straighten, knees down. We're going to do 2 more of these. Step back, strong plank, bend, straighten, knees down. Last one, step back, long line. We're going to bend, straighten, knees go down, relax, roll through the wrists, control that breathing. We're going to go onto our backs for a stretch through the legs. So if you're laying down, just relax. You don't need to worry about being in any particular position with your spine. We're going to hug one knee in towards us. Let the other leg reach long and away. So keep it on the mat so it's relaxed. Doesn't matter if it's slightly bent. And just really slowly circle the ankle of the leg you're hugging. Breathe. Change the direction of your ankle circles. And relax your shoulders. Take your hands onto the back of the thigh so they're behind the knee and unfold your leg. So your toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. Doesn't matter if there's still a bend in your knee. Have that sense of pulling the leg in towards you. And point that toe if you can. Breathe. If your leg feels shaky, add a bend in the knee. Shoulders are down. If you can, just take that grip a little bit higher, then flex the foot. So you're pushing this heel up towards the ceiling. Relaxing that leg down, take it out nice and long. You can give it a shake if you need to. Then you're going to hug the other leg in towards you. So you should have swapped legs. One leg long, one leg's being hugged in. The shoulders are relaxed. You're taking nice deep breaths. Circle that ankle. Of the leg that you're hugging. And circle the ankle the other way. Take those hands onto the back of the thigh. And unfold that leg. Toes point to the ceiling. Doesn't matter here if you have a different range of movement on one side than the other. Breathe. Taking that grip a little higher if you can. Flex the foot. Relaxing that leg down, take a full body stretch. Give those legs a nice shake out. And then make your way into a kneeling or standing position. So from here, let's take a nice big roll back of those shoulders. And forwards. Good, take those arms up nice and long. We're lifting all the way up, reach and come over. Excuse me. Come back into the centre. We're going to lift up, reach and stretch over. One more time on each side. We're going to lift up and over. We're going to reach up and stretch over. And relaxing there. That's the end of class. Grab yourself a drink.